Cricket South Africa has found itself in hot waters once again. Reportedly, South Africa's talisman batter-wicketkeeper Quinton de Kock was left out of the playing 11 during the side's Super 12 clash against West Indies on Tuesday here in the T20 World Cup after he refused to take the knee. However, during the toss, skipper Temba Bavuma tried to brush aside the controversy by stating that de Kock had pulled out citing personal reasons. However, this is not the first time that such a controversy has erupted. The sporting world has been divided over the true impact of the movement. A country like South Africa, where after the dark period of apartheid, white farmers are being killed routinely. The Indian expats are killed standing only for the Black Lives Matter appears to be a hollow movement that is simply aping a symbolic gesture from Western nations. Hi and welcome. You're watching TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Piyush, and in this video I will tell you how Cricket South Africa has found itself in hot waters once again. Let's begin. Before the start of the match, Cricket South Africa issued a mandatory directive to the players asking them to take a knee together in all their matches in the T20 World Cup 2021. However, after de Kock was forced onto the bench, CSA released a statement and stated that it had noted de Kock's decision and that a suitable action will be taken after receiving a report from the team management. The statement read, Cricket South Africa has noted the personal decision by South African wicketkeeper Quinton de Kock not to take the knee ahead of Tuesday's game against West Indies. After considering all relevant issues, including the freedom of choice of players, the board has made it clear it was imperative for the team to be seen taking a stand against racism, especially given South Africa's history. The board's view was that while diversity can and should find expressions in many facets of daily lives, it did not apply when it came to taking a stand against racism. CSA throwing out a player of the caliber of de Kock because he, an individual, did not believe in the woke symbolic gesture is all one needs to know that is wrong with the movement. Wasn't the Black Lives Matter movement and the symbolic gesture of kneeling down meant for equality for the blacks and simultaneously stood as a euphemism for liberty and freedom? Shoving morals down the throat of an individual was never the aim of the movement. However, this is not the first time de Kock has not taken the knee. The Southpaw in the past has expressed his reluctance to make the gesture as well by saying it's everyone's decision. No one's forced to do anything. Not in life. That's the way I'm seeing things. De Kock quickly found support amongst the cricketing community, with former England captain Michael Vaughan asserting that individual choices should triumph. Surely it's down to the individual to decide whether he or she wants to be involved in any movement. A cricket board should request players to do it, but if that individual decides they don't want to, it should not stop them from playing the game of cricket. Meanwhile, the usual diplomatic Harsha Bhogle stated that it might be the last we have seen of de Kock. I fear we haven't heard the last of the de Kock issue. I won't be surprised if we don't see him in a pro t-shirt again. Quinton de Kock is not the only pro T player that has seen the problem associated with the movement. Rudy Stein, former South African cricketer, last year brought the attention to the slaughtering of white farmers by blacks in South Africa. He stated, I believe the pro T should make a stand against racism, but if they stand up for Black Lives Matter while ignoring the way white farmers are daily being slaughtered like animals, they have lost my vote. Replying to Stein's post, Boveta Depner, another former South African cricketer, said, I am afraid to say Black Lives Matter has become nothing more than a leftist political movement. I would suggest that Longi Nagidi listens a bit more to the likes of Thomas Sowell, Larry Elder, Walter Williams and Milton Friedman. Even legendary all-rounder Jack Callis had refused to sing the national anthem. The official reason was given that in remembrance of his parents and in gratitude for what they did to allow him to be good enough to represent his country, Callis hums the anthem in his heart. However, sources close to the matter remarked that Callis didn't sing the national anthem owing to Rainbow Nation's excessive positive discrimination. Farmer killings in South Africa are not spoken about. Moreover, a piece of land in plasmoid houses over 2,000 white crosses, each cross signifying a white farmer killed in racial attacks in the country since 1994. In 2017 alone, independent figures suggest 84 white farmers were killed. White farmers in South Africa have almost accepted that they will be killed most certainly, and that it is only a matter of time before a racial mob enters their house, plunders their possessions, and ultimately slaughters them in the most brutal fashion, as though seeking vengeance for their apartheid. Taking a knee is a symbolic gesture that emerged in the United States of America when Colin Kaepernick in 2016 sat down during the national anthem at the NFL preseason game between the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers to protest against racism prevalent in the state. His gesture divided the sporting world into two as several influential brands pulled the plug on Kaepernick's endorsement deal as the gesture fizzled out with time. However, after the death of George Floyd, the racism conversation was reignited and led to a movement where sporting teams, especially in the West, started taking the knee to show solidarity and reaffirm belief that there was no space for racism in the game or any other sphere of life. Since then, there has been a lot of debate regarding the true impact of the gesture, or if it is another movement that has succumbed to the virtue signaling woke liberals who use it as an instrument to bully and threaten others who want to support equality, but in their own little ways. In the NBA, Orlando Magic forward Jonathan Isaac made headlines last summer as the first NBA player not to take a knee or wear a Black Lives Matter t-shirt before a game, explaining that he did not believe it was the answer. If Isaac was not dropped from the team in a country where the movement originated, what gives the right to CSA to act in a dictatorial fashion and oust one of the modern greats? Surely ICC needs to look into the matter and reprimand CSA for trying to interfere in a person's personal belief.